We are Tim and Sarah Terrill from Montgomery County, Miamisburg, Ohio actually, and we raise commercial meat goats. And we started out, it's kind of a little bit of a different path. Paid my way through college raising produce, and as life changed, I got an offer to sell equipment off the farm, kind of changed paths and got back to what I grew up doing, which is raising goats and kind of growing a herd there.
I did not grow up on the farm. And so when we actually started dating, he was raising produce. And so I got involved that way. And then once again, his life has changed and things have kind of evolved. We bought our own farm. And so now my day in and day out looks a lot different than it used to, but it's a lot of fun and very exciting.
I was raised on a farm and my family raised show goats. My sister and I, we showed kind of all over the place. If we could drive there on a weekend, we were trying to be showing there. I grew up heavily involved in 4-H, as an FFA, still involved in the 4-H aspect as far as advisor and that kind of stuff. Just see how much the program brings back to the youth and growing individuals. That's really kind of what got me involved in Farm Bureau, was 4-H. I grew up with Christy Montoya, who's our OD for our area. And she kind of helped make that step from 4-H to Farm Bureau and keep us going. And that's how we eventually ended up here at as a YAP committee member. Really, it started back, like I was 18. She got me to go to the Washington, D.C. fall trip and got to meet Melinda and quite a few other predecessors to us here on the state committee. Sarah and I, several years later after we got married, we built relationships with some of them, continued our relationship with Melinda, and really it just kind of came down to, hey, you know what, let's give this a try. We kept putting it off for the past couple of years thinking, hey, the timing's not perfect, but we finally just decided, hey, let's take the jump, and timing, or else the timing's never gonna be perfect.
So I think for me, it's amazing to get to just see the gap. You know, coming from someone that didn't have agricultural experience as far as like growing up on a farm. I was involved in 4-H, so I definitely had a respect for animals and animal welfare and such, but not really like growing up to like understand some of the heritage that's there on the farm. It's been fun to be a part of that and then kind of educate on the flip side. So for me, my Farm Bureau involvement started working actually in a county office. And just love to actually get people involved and like educate people on what Farm Bureau does and why it's important and why you should care about agriculture and the legislation that applies to agriculture. So I think for me, and we've talked about this a lot, we just really want to give back. There's a lot of people that have invested in us, and I think that it's our turn to turn around and give back. And so whatever we can do to make the program better and invest in the program, we really want to do. So I know for me, that's what I'm looking for too.